Uncle Scruffy.
What up, Scruffy family? Here we go. Biden's at it again. I'm gonna let you know what's going down. Here's the facts from the Scruff Tough family. Nieces and nephews, check this out. What's up, what's up, what's up, Scruffy fam? We know what's going on. Once again, here we go. Joe Biden has decided that he is going to send cluster bombs to the Ukraine. Now, let's look at this. Cluster bombs, according to the Geneva Convention, according to a lot of laws that are around the world, which we never honor, are against the law. The reason why, I'll tell you. This is what happens with cluster bombs. Cluster bombs, they get dropped in and they explode above the war. And as the war is going on, they disperse and they blow up everything. So now, what ends up happening is 6% of them don't explode. So they're going to be sitting there for the next 50, 100 years. Kids that are playing in Ukraine will eventually walk on them and lose legs and arms and things like that. How do I know this? How do I know this? It's because we did this in Vietnam. And to this day, there are still Vietnam children that can't go in certain parts of their own country because there are so many unexploded mines. These are the same things, almost. They just drop from the sky. They're not put in the ground. So, for all those people that think Biden's a good guy, why are we doing this? And the reason why I say this, let's take it like this. This is reported by the BBC. U.S. President Joe Biden has defended his very difficult decision to give, and it's not a difficult decision, don't let him lie to you, to give Ukraine cluster bombs, which have a record of killing civilians. The president said it had taken him a while to be convinced to do it. Not true. I added the not true in there. But he had acted because the Ukrainians are running out of ammunition. Now, here's the thing. How many times are they going to run out of ammunition where we're going to keep defending a country that has nothing to do with us? They're not in NATO. They're just a country that's out there. But because we can make money off them, we do it. Anybody who says that they support the Ukraine war and they support sending more weapons, you do not support a Ukraine war. The way you support a war is to end it. Remember, we said we're going to fight to the last Ukrainian. So that means we are just like, let your kids die. Let your people die. Let your women die. Let your men die. Half of your army is not even voluntary. They were trying to leave. But here we go. Let's go on. Ukraine's leader hailed the timely move. Of course he did, because Zelensky is taking half of the money that goes over there anyway and putting it in his damn pocket. But the UK's Prime Minister suggested the country discourages the use of cluster bombs while Spain criticized the decision. So now we've got even our allies saying it's wrong. Spain and the UK. Really? When asked about his position on the U.S. decision, Russia highlighted the UK was one of 123 countries that had signed up for the Convention on Cluster Munitions, which prohibits the production and use of cluster munitions and discourages their use. So now, tell me Biden's a good guy. Keep telling me that. Because he's about to send bombs over there that just explode randomly. And that are going to be on the ground for years. For years. When these kids have kids, their kids will come out maimed because of these things. Why do I know this? Because it happens in Vietnam. So anybody supporting this war, we are a war-hungry country. That's the U.S. That's what we do. Let's put it this way. Spain's defense minister told reporters her country had a firm commitment that the certain weapons and bombs could not be sent to Ukraine. No cluster bombs, and yes to the legitimate defense of Ukraine. Got it? They're saying Ukraine can defend itself, but not with cluster bombs. They're against the law. The law that, the U.S. never really cares about. But this is what we do. This is what we are. This is it. Let's see. Understand, should not be carried out with cluster bombs. Spain said no. But Germany, which is a signatory of the treaty, said that while it would not provide such weapons to Ukraine, it understood America's position. So now, the UK, Spain, and Germany said they're not doing it. Now, I don't care if they said we understand your position, because the U.S. is a war-hungry country. But let's start using the illegal bombs. This is what we do. It's fine. This is reported by the BBC. This is not mine. I'm just making you aware of what your country is doing. Remember, you can't have health care. You can't have health care. You can't afford a $600 emergency. Most families, 90% of them can't. What do you call a country, in the words of Jimmy Dore, I believe? What do you call a country, the richest country in the world, that renders half of its citizens poor, homeless? It's called a failed system. Uncle Scruff, I'm out for the night. Well, maybe not the night, but for this story. One love. Leave your comments if you think I'm wrong. And honestly, when it comes to war and killing kids, the only thing to do is to stop. Period. Because it's ridiculous. We're certain that our U.S. friends didn't take the decision about supplying such munitions lightly. German government spokesman Stefan told Berlin reporters. So, I guess whenever they decide they're going to run out of munitions, we got to resupply them. How do you like that? How do you feel about Biden taking your money that they take out of your check every week to send over there? Because they're paying for their health care, the Ukrainians' health care. They have universal health care. You know that they're paying for their pensions over there, right? For the people who have pensions, we're paying for those when they're trying to gut our pensions. We're paying for their welfare system when we're gutting our welfare system. But you really want to go with Ukraine? Some old bull, right? Uncle Scruff, I'm out. Hit me up on the next go round.